John Feit, the former priest turned convicted killer, has died in prison. The 87-year-old died yesterday, 2 years into his life in prison sentence for the 1960 murder of Irene Garza.
She was a 25-year-old school teacher in McAllen, killed Easter weekend after attending church confession. John Feit was the priest who heard her confession. He was 27 years old in 1960, 83 when arrested, and 85 when convicted. This was an emotional case for all involved: family, friends, former church leaders, cops, and even the lawyers. The reaction and backstory all new at 10. Word of John Feit's death arrived today through a court filing. His attorney, Rene Flores, writing, Feit died Wednesday, February 12th in a Huntsville prison. He died at age 87, 2 years into a prison life sentence for the 1960 murder of Irene Garza. She was a 25-year-old school teacher. He was a 27-year-old priest. Hidalgo County Assistant DA Michael Garza, himself a Catholic, secured Feit's conviction 57 years after Irene's murder. His thoughts upon hearing of Feit's death:
I gotta admit, it was a little bit numbing. We take no joy in his death. It's not proper to speak ill of the dead. Basically, it's just that another chapter has closed and the case is finished for good. The appeal, of course, is over.
It ends what's been a long journey for the Garza family. They fought for years to get authorities to reopen the case, alleging a church cover-up allowed Feit to leave the valley and eventually the priesthood. He got married and raised a family in Arizona, where I caught up to him in 2003.
Hi.
Hi.
John Feit?
Yeah.
Step right over here.
He was arrested there in 2016.
So, Mr. Feit, you are here on a fugitive of justice warrant out of Texas.
His conviction came the following year after 6 hours of jury deliberations. Noemi Ponce-Sigler, one of Irene's few surviving family members, wept upon hearing the verdict.
I just felt like justice has been served. I'm sorry, I'm so tired. It's been such a long journey.
It snowed in the valley that night and into the following morning, a rare occurrence for Deep South Texas. The punishment, life in prison, announced within hours. Feit left the court a convicted killer with nothing to say.
Mr. Feit, I want to ask you the same question I asked you in 2003. John Feit?
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Christine Galvan. Did you kill Irene Garza, Mr. Feit? Did you kill Irene Garza, Mr. Feit? You slammed the door in my face back then. You just answer that one simple question?
He didn't, and now he never will. But
and now that he's passed away, we could say that there's complete closure all the way around.
You know, a jury of his peers found him guilty and sentenced him. And now, you know, another judgment comes as he meets his maker.
by the way, that was a district attorney that you heard the voice of there. We are also told John Feit died of natural causes.